Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Andy, aka the Calibird, and on this channel we talk everything Philadelphia Eagles. Recording this on August 6th, and we have some breaking news. The Eagles have signed linebackers Myles Jack, formerly of the Jacksonville Jaguars and Pittsburgh Steelers, as well as linebacker Zach Cunningham, formerly of the Houston Texans and Tennessee Titans. Now, a couple thoughts about these moves. I was not surprised by the acquisition of a linebacker. As most Eagles fans have come to expect, linebacker isn't a position that Howie Roseman generally prioritizes. Touching up on Myles Jack, in my last video I suggested Myles Jack as a possible free agent signing. Although he has some injury concerns, he brings the ideal size, athletic ability, and versatility that the Eagles covet. I believe it was good value for the position, and I think he will fit in with the linebackers well. Moving over to Zach Cunningham, when I think of him, the first thing that comes to mind is just a tough physical presence. Per Next Gen stats, he ranked first among linebackers in run stop win rate in every season from 2017 to 2021. So in those 4 seasons, he was the best run-stopping linebacker in the NFL. I think the Eagles will utilize him as such, a physical presence there to stop the run. While I see Myles Jack as more of a off-the-ball linebacker, even though it will be a new defensive scheme with new defensive coordinator Sean Desai, when it comes to these free agent linebacker signings, they don't need to be world beaters. They just need to do their job. For Zach Cunningham, that could include filling in the gaps. As the defensive line is able to hold their blocks and shed their blocks, he is able to fill in and make the tackle. Same for Myles Jack, as well as in coverages. They just need to not miss tackles and not cause any unforced errors or penalties. They are not expected to make every turnover, but they are expected to do their job and fill their role. And as long as they do that at that position, the Eagles should be good on defense. While the 2 linebacker signings weren't a shock to most Eagles fans, given the fact that linebacker is generally the weakest position on the team and Howie Roseman puts little money into that position, the fact that it was 2 linebackers and the fact that it was the same day kind of puts a little stress and emphasis on Nakobe Dean and his role on the team. Nakobe Dean, who was given the green dot early on to be the play caller and essentially be that leader on the defensive side of the ball. And now there are reports that he is currently injured and going to be out for a few days to maybe a couple weeks, which is only going to slow his progress even more when it comes to his play calling responsibilities. He didn't have a lot of playing time last year, so this will almost be like his second rookie season. While the signings may be concerning as it relates to Nakobe Dean and his role on the team, I do like the signings. Again, both bring veteran leadership, a lot of starting experience, physicality, toughness, more athleticism to that position. I think these 2 signings solidify that depth. While I predict Nakobe Dean to still be the starter at the beginning of the season, I would not be surprised if both Myles Jack and Zach Cunningham are both starters at some point. I was really happy with the Myles Jack signing. I think he will fit in well with the team. Hopefully he is able to stay healthy. I think he will be a good option considering the value that we got him, and he will fill a similar role to that of Kaiser White, who we lost this past offseason. Given that he has more of a knack as a run stopper, I see Zach Cunningham initially as more of the starter on first and second down, whereas Myles Jack swaps in and out with Nakobe Dean in more of that off-ball linebacker position and pass coverage situations. Both linebackers adding much needed depth and starting experience, which I believe could be the difference between being a good and great defense. While I would love to see Nakobe Dean and all his fellow young linebackers earn starting roles, the Eagles don't have a lot of time to waste and are in a win-now mode. We can't afford to wait for players to progress during the season. We need players that are fit and capable to plug in and contribute right away. I remember back in 2017 when the Eagles had Nigel Bradham, a free agent linebacker who really added a lot to that championship team. While he was not the star player on that defense, he was like the cherry on top that made the defense work and added that physical defensive presence. I think the combination of both Myles Jack and Zach Cunningham will add a similar element to that defense and will elevate the defense from good to great. But what do you guys think? Do you like the signings? Do you not like the signings? Is there anybody else that you'd like to see them sign? Leave your comments down below, guys. And thank you guys for tuning in. I will be continuing to give more updates as I hear them throughout the Eagles training camp. Thank you all for tuning in. My name is Andy, aka the Calibird. And as always, go Birds!